Brazil, a land of vibrant culture and vast resources, has long held the promise of becoming a global leader. In recent years, this promise has transformed into reality. Brazil's membership in BRICS, an alliance of emerging economies including Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has been instrumental in its ascent. This coalition has provided Brazil with a platform to assert its interests and amplify its voice on the world stage. No longer content with being a passive player, Brazil is actively shaping the global agenda. Brazil's rise within BRICS is undeniable. Its economy has experienced significant growth, and its influence in international affairs has expanded. Through BRICS, Brazil has forged strong partnerships with other emerging economies. These partnerships have allowed Brazil to diversify its economic relationships and reduce its reliance on traditional Western powers. This newfound independence has enabled Brazil to pursue its own strategic goals with greater autonomy. Joining BRICS has unlocked significant economic opportunities for Brazil. Trade between Brazil and other BRICS nations has flourished. This surge in trade has been driven by increased demand for Brazilian commodities. It has also been fueled by the growing purchasing power of BRICS consumers. This economic relationship is mutually beneficial. BRICS nations provide Brazil with access to new markets and investment opportunities. In return, Brazil provides BRICS nations with essential raw materials and agricultural products. Investment has also flowed into Brazil since joining BRICS. Chinese companies in particular have invested heavily in Brazilian infrastructure and energy projects. This influx of investment has created jobs and boosted economic growth. Furthermore, BRICS membership has encouraged Brazil to diversify its economy. It has moved beyond its traditional reliance on commodity exports. Brazil is now developing its manufacturing and technology sectors. This diversification is making the Brazilian economy more resilient to global economic shocks. BRICS is not just about economic cooperation, it is also about sharing knowledge and expertise. Brazil has benefited greatly from technological collaboration with other BRICS nations. China, in particular, has emerged as a global leader in areas like renewable energy and telecommunications. Brazil has been able to leverage this expertise to develop its own technological capabilities. This collaboration has resulted in the transfer of technology, the training of skilled workers, and the development of joint ventures. One area where this collaboration is particularly evident is in the space sector. Brazil and India have been cooperating on satellite technology for several years. This partnership has enabled Brazil to enhance its space program and develop its own indigenous satellite capabilities. This technological advancement has implications for various sectors, including agriculture, environmental monitoring, and communications. By pooling resources and sharing knowledge, BRICS nations like Brazil are accelerating their technological development and reducing their dependence on Western technology. In an increasingly interconnected world, security threats are constantly evolving. BRICS recognizes the importance of collective security and has established mechanisms for cooperation in this domain. Cybersecurity is one area where BRICS nations are actively collaborating. They are sharing intelligence and best practices to counter the growing threat of cyber attacks. Brazil, with its rapidly developing digital economy, is particularly vulnerable to cyber threats. Collaboration with other BRICS nations is crucial in strengthening its cyber defenses. Counterterrorism is another critical area of security cooperation within BRICS. The BRICS nations face a range of security challenges, including terrorism, extremism, and organized crime. They are working together to address these common threats through intelligence sharing, joint training exercises, and capacity-building initiatives. Brazil, as a major international transit hub, is particularly vulnerable to transnational crime and terrorism. Cooperation with other BRICS nations is essential in enhancing its law enforcement and intelligence capabilities. Brazil on the global stage, a leading voice in diplomacy. BRICS has given Brazil a prominent voice in international affairs. Brazil actively shapes the global agenda. It advocates for developing countries on climate change, trade, and governance. Brazil promotes South-South cooperation. Through BRICS, Brazil supports multilateralism and a just world order. Brazil leads in climate change negotiations. It uses BRICS to advocate for Amazon protection and climate support. Section 6. BRICS and the decline of the dollar. Towards a new financial order. The rise of BRICS has coincided with a growing desire among emerging economies to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. BRICS nations have been exploring alternative reserve currencies and payment systems. BRICS established the New Development Bank as an alternative to the World Bank and IMF. The NDB funds infrastructure and sustainable development in emerging economies. This is a significant step towards reducing the dominance of the US dollar. Section 7. Military modernization, cooperation and capacity building. While BRICS is not a military alliance, its members recognize the importance of military cooperation and capacity building. Brazil, like other BRICS nations, is seeking to modernize its armed forces and enhance its defense capabilities. This modernization drive is motivated by a desire to protect its national interests, maintain regional stability, and contribute to global peace and security. BRICS provides a platform for cooperation in areas such as defense technology, joint training exercises, and the sharing of best practices. Brazil has been particularly active in seeking to develop its domestic defense industry. It has partnered with other BRICS nations, such as Russia and India, to acquire advanced military technology and equipment. This includes fighter jets, helicopters, and submarines. These partnerships have enabled Brazil to strengthen its military capabilities and reduce its reliance on Western arms suppliers. By cooperating in the field of defense, BRICS nations are enhancing their security and reducing the risk of conflict. Section 8. Challenges and opportunities. Navigating the path forward. Brazil's journey within BRICS is not without its challenges. The BRICS nations are a diverse group with different political systems, economic models, and foreign policy priorities. Managing these differences and building consensus on key issues can be complex. Furthermore, BRICS faces criticism from some quarters who view it as a challenge to the existing global order. However, the opportunities presented by BRICS far outweigh the challenges. One of the biggest opportunities for Brazil within BRICS is to leverage the collective economic weight of the group to secure better trade deals and investment opportunities. BRICS has the potential to become a powerful bloc in global trade negotiations. It can advocate for fairer trade rules that benefit developing countries. Another opportunity lies in the area of technological innovation. By collaborating on research and development, BRICS nations can accelerate their technological advancement and create new industries and jobs. Section 9. Social and environmental responsibility. Balancing growth with sustainability. As Brazil continues its ascent within BRICS, it is crucial that this growth is inclusive and sustainable. BRICS nations have a responsibility to ensure that the benefits of economic development are shared equitably among their citizens. This includes investing in education, healthcare, and social safety nets. It also means addressing income inequality and promoting social mobility. Environmental sustainability is another critical issue. BRICS nations are home to some of the world's most biodiverse ecosystems. They are also among the largest emitters of greenhouse gases. Brazil, with its vast Amazon rainforest, has a particularly important role to play in global efforts to combat climate change. BRICS nations must balance economic growth with environmental protection and promote sustainable development practices. Section 10. The future of BRICS. A force for global stability and cooperation. The future of BRICS is bright. The group's economic and political clout is only going to grow in the coming years. This presents both opportunities and challenges for the international community. On the one hand, BRICS has the potential to become a force for global stability and cooperation. Its members are all committed to multilateralism and a more equitable world order. They are well positioned to act as bridge builders between developed and developing countries. On the other hand, the rise of BRICS could also lead to increased geopolitical competition, if not managed carefully. It is essential that BRICS engages constructively with existing international institutions and norms. It must avoid creating a divisive bloc mentality. The international community should view BRICS as a partner in addressing global challenges. These include climate change, poverty, and conflict. By working together, BRICS and the wider international community can create a more peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable future for all. Section 11. Conclusion. Brazil's ascendancy and the promise of a multipolar world. Brazil's journey within BRICS is a testament to the country's growing economic and political might. It also reflects the shifting global landscape. The world is moving towards a more multipolar order. Emerging economies like Brazil will play an increasingly important role. BRICS has provided Brazil with a platform to amplify its voice and shape the global agenda. Brazil's experience within BRICS offers valuable lessons for other emerging economies. It highlights the need for developing countries to diversify their economic relationships. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, Brazil's role as a bridge builder will become even more crucial.